What if I told you the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 exists because of a lie? Not a marketing lie, not a badge, a real one. Because at one point in history, America was told, you're not allowed to race anymore. And instead of accepting it, one engineer found a loophole so clever, it created one of the most dangerous, most iconic, and eventually, one of the most dominant performance cars ever built. This isn't just the story of a Corvette. This is how America quietly built a machine that would one day go head-to-head with Europe's best and win. Back in 1957, the American auto industry made a quiet agreement. No factory-backed performance, no competition. For most companies, that was the end of the story. But not for one man. Zora Arkus-Duntov didn't see a rule. He saw an opportunity. If Chevrolet couldn't race, then customers could. So instead of building a race car, he built something smarter. A hidden package. Something you could order from a dealership. No headlines, no announcements, just a list of parts that, when combined, turned your car into a track weapon. That package was called Z06, and just like that, Corvette didn't break the rules, it rewrote them. But here's what most people don't know. The Z06 wasn't created to be comfortable. It wasn't built to be safe. It was built with one purpose, to go faster than anything else, no matter the cost. Fast forward to the early 2000s. The Z06 returns with the C5 generation. On paper, it looks simple. Lightweight, big V8, rear-wheel drive. But in reality, this thing was a different animal. No safety nets, no advanced electronics, just raw performance. And people quickly realized something. This car didn't help you. It didn't correct mistakes, it punished them. That's why it earned a nickname, Widowmaker. The physics that made it dangerous. Here's where it gets interesting. The C5 Z06 had near perfect weight distribution. 50% front, 50% rear. Sounds ideal, but it created a problem. In most cars, when you lose grip, you feel it coming. A slight slide, a warning. But in the Z06, there was no warning. The moment traction was gone, it was gone instantly. Drivers would go from full control to spinning off the road in less than a second. No time to react, no second chance. And for a lot of drivers, that didn't end well. But that was just phase one. Because while Europe was perfecting balance and precision, America was building something else, something raw, something aggressive. And then, everything changed. For decades, Corvette followed one formula. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, big V8, simple. Then, Chevrolet did something no one expected. They moved the engine behind the driver, and just like that, the entire identity of the car changed. Let's break it down. A normal sports car. Engine in the front, slightly front-heavy, predictable. A mid-engine car. Engine in the center, perfect balance, sharper, faster response. This is the layout used by cars like Ferrari and Lamborghini. So, when Corvette made the switch, it wasn't just an upgrade, it was a declaration. America wasn't copying anymore, it was competing. Now, here's where things get serious, because the standard Corvette is already fast, but the Z06, that's something else. A regular Corvette. Fast, comfortable, easy to drive, a Z06. Sharper, louder, built to challenge you. It's not just more power, it's a completely different philosophy. Instead of making the engine bigger, Chevrolet made it smarter. The new Z06 uses a flat plane crank V8, and that changes everything. A typical American V8. Deep rumble, smooth, low revving. The Z06 engine, high-pitched scream, revving up to 8,600 revolutions per minute. Feels like a European supercar. And that wasn't an accident. When engineers started developing this engine, they faced a problem. They had never built something like this before. So they did something unexpected. They bought a Ferrari engine. A wrecked Ferrari 458 engine showed up. And they took it apart, studied it, analyzed every detail, learned how Europe built high-revving performance. And then they built their own version. Flat plane engines are difficult. They vibrate more. They shake harder. They put stress on everything. And the Z06 engine is bigger than most, which made the challenge even harder. During testing, components started failing. Stress cracks appeared. The engine was literally pushing its limits. But instead of backing off, engineers reinforced it, strengthened it, perfected it. Because this wasn't about playing safe. This was about proving a point. For years, the story was simple. Europe builds supercars. America builds muscle cars. Fast, but not refined. Powerful, but not precise. And then the Z06 arrived. Suddenly, it handled like a European car. It sounded like a European car. It performed like a European car. But it still had an American price. And that changed everything. There's always a moment when perception shifts. For the Z06, that moment came on the track. Drivers realized something shocking. This car wasn't just competitive. It was faster than cars that cost twice as much. That's when the question changed from, is Corvette good enough? To, how is this even possible? Because before this success, there was a failure, a big one. Heat became the enemy. After just a few laps, power dropped significantly. Drivers described it like the car was holding itself back. The machine built for the track couldn't handle the track. This failure forced a change. For the new Z06, cooling systems were redesigned, airflow was improved, heat management became critical. The result? A car that could perform consistently, lap after lap, no excuses. Now, here's something most people miss. Inside the Z06 engine, there are tiny bearings. The protective layer, about 20 microns thick, thinner than a human hair. That's how precise this machine is. That's why break-in matters, because this isn't just brute force anymore. It's controlled aggression. The biggest change wasn't mechanical, it was psychological. Before, Corvette was seen as fast, but not world-class. Now, it's respected globally. The Z06 didn't just improve performance, it changed perception. And now, we reach the real question. If the Z06 can do all this, what happens next? The world is moving toward electric cars, silent speed, instant acceleration. But the Z06 is different. It's not just about numbers, it's about feeling, the sound, the vibration, the emotion. So the question is, can that survive in an electric future? When you look at the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 today, you're not just looking at a car, you're looking at a loophole that became a legend, a machine that punished the unskilled, a statement that America can compete. And when Europe built perfection, America built rebellion. And for the first time, rebellion didn't just show up, it took over. So, the next time you see a Z06, remember this. It wasn't built to follow supercars. It was built to hunt them. And that is how America became a supercar killer.